Hey everyone, welcome to Villa Anahit. Situated on a hillside, this three-story modern home with bold lines is an ambitious project. The build, the all-concrete steel structure, and the features throughout reflect the vision behind this project. Now, this is currently the most expensive home for sale in San Francisco Bay Area, right in the heart of Silicon Valley, where the AI revolution takes shape. So, without further ado, let's go see this incredible property. All right, everyone, once again, welcome to Atherton, California, to the heart of Silicon Valley. Right behind me is a three-story modern home built into the hillside, and we have so many different areas, zones, and even features to cover. Now, we're currently on the Motorcourt. You can see the paved driveway with AstroTurf inlays, and I love the mature trees that are surrounding this property. Now, to my right, you can see the 18-foot tall water feature with the limestone finish. And I like that these stone pieces are different sizes and lengths, which creates dimension, but still leans into the modern aesthetic of this property. And it sets that nice tranquil tone for the entry. Now, over here, we have one of two outdoor staircases that take you up all the way to the top floor of the property, the third floor. And this is a really important element because this property has so many different outdoor spaces, areas for you to hang out. And it's nice to be able to access these spaces straight from your motorcourt without having to go through the house. Now, over here we have the 4-car garage, but this is a tandem garage. So you park 2 cars on the back, 2 cars on the front, and you can also see the use of travertine here extensively on the exterior. Now, next up, we have the glass facade, the front door. But before I talk about these details, I want to quickly mention that we have the second staircase on the other side. It takes you up all the way to the pool level. And from here, you can actually see the acrylic front of the pool, which is a very nice contemporary feature. There's also an outdoor seating area on the other side. Again, these beautiful mature trees. And that's a great place for you to sit down, relax, and face your property. Appreciate the architecture here. Now, the home features these bold lines, striking elements. It is definitely an interesting property, and right above me you can see one of those cantilevered sections. But given that it's quite high up, instead of using wood paneling on the exterior, they actually used aluminum. That way you don't have to worry about maintaining it, but it still matches the aesthetic of the property. Then off of the entry, we have 2 oversized reflection pools, and within the pools, we also have built-in planters with these gorgeous olive trees. And there's also another mature olive tree that's right above the water feature that I pointed out earlier. Now, this entry section is actually really unique. I love the glass facade here, how they use stainless steel hardware to hold these pieces. And then you have this entry frame that's cased in travertine. But what's so unique about this element is the fact that it doesn't connect up or connect to the property on the sides, meaning it is just bolted to the foundation. So it has this light-free aesthetic, and it really genuinely frames this entry and brings you to your oak and walnut pivot door with a glass insert. I love this design element, and with glass, it just looks beautiful. And now, let's go inside. The foyer of this property is quite impressive. Whether it's the massive opening here, ton of natural light coming in, your limestone floors, travertine case door opening, and this 3-story spiral staircase that looks impressive both on the inside and on the outside. And over here, we have a spacious lounge that I'm going to cover in detail in a second. But first, I want to quickly get the specs of this property out of the way, and bear with me, we got a lot to cover. It has 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 11,986 square feet. The property is situated on 1.03 acres, And on top of that, it also comes with an ADU that has 2 bedrooms and a spacious living room kitchen area. That's a really cool element. On the market for $57,500,000. And with that price tag, this is the most expensive home for sale in Silicon Valley and in the San Francisco area. So it definitely makes a statement. And I want to give big thanks to the developer, Peninsula Dream Homes. The designer, Khalesi, who handled the exterior and the interior architecture of this property. His firm is Beverly Hills One. And of course, I also want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Mary and Brent Gullixson, for making this tour possible. The entire team is really excited to have us here. And let me tell you, I'm really excited to tour this home because it has so many different features, elements, and sections that we're going to cover in detail. Now, this lounge is definitely spacious, and over here we have a really nice wet bar, all-oak cabinetry with these elegant handles, travertine countertop with a travertine backsplash, your sink, floating shelf with LED lighting, and down below we have 2 wine fridges, 2 regular fridges, so this is definitely a proper bar. Now on the other side we have a massive picture window, and I want to point this out because from the seating section, you can look at the olive tree, see the reflection pool, and enjoy this gorgeous backdrop and the surrounding mature trees. Now here we have a massive travertine wall that is all vein matched. Then you have your elegant open shelving with additional LED lighting, massive TV, linear fireplace, and then on the other side, we have this wine wall. Now I really like the approach here, how they have 3 sets of glass doors so you can easily access each one of the sections. And on the back, you can see the onyx wall that's book matched, and it's also backlit. So it definitely makes a statement. And then you have these metal rods as your floating shelves, and there are also additional wooden shelves as well. So you can really decorate this and create an amazing backdrop for your seating area. And of course, this section is also temperature controlled. Now coming back to the center, comfortable seating, gorgeous coffee table. We also have our Nuare candle here. This is actually Bergamot Rose, our second scent. And I have to say, I want to thank each and every one of you that have bought our candles. We sold out twice this month, so we had to go back, pour a bunch of candles, package them, make sure they're ready to ship it to you guys. And we recently did our Christmas, New Year's sale. So I hope you guys are enjoying your candles. We've been shipping a lot of them. We are so proud of our second scent. It's sweet, floral, it has a warm feel to it, and this is actually our smaller vessel. So we have 2 different price points, and our goal is to not have any sponsors in these videos. So if you want to support us or if you want to enjoy our candles, please visit us at nuarehome.com. And as always, we have a bunch of our candles throughout the property as well. Now next up, Armand, let's bring everybody this way. Right on the other side of the front door, we have this gorgeous living wall. One thing you're gonna see in this property is the extensive use of color green. Whether it's astroturf, access to the outdoors, the emphasis on natural landscaping, and also how they have these living walls bringing additional life and color to the property. I really like the placement here. As soon as you open up the front door, this is the first thing you see, and it just brings life and energy to this home. Now over here, we have a pool table. The art on the other side is stunning. What a creative piece, and I just love all the shades of color. It looks beautiful against the white wall. And then here we have the 3-story spiral staircase, but first, Armand, come over this way so I can talk about the glass facade. Just like regular construction, you need to have a supporting column. And the glass column here is actually made out of 2 glass panes. Then on the floor, they've attached it with this stainless steel hardware. And this column carries the weight of these massive glass panels. Now, these panels are supported by the trim that's on the floor, and you can see the rubber gasket in between. That way, when they bolt these glass panels to the floor, they're not pressurizing the glass too much, because then it will crack. And that's why it's important to have this rubber gasket. And you can also see the same rubber gasket application here as well. And the stainless steel hardware actually goes through on each side so that it can gain as much support from the column and also carry the weight of these glass panels. I mean, it's a really cool feature. And also on these walls, they use a different hardware bolted to the travertine section here and adjusted them and get this massive section perfectly level and perfectly balanced. I mean, this is definitely a distinct feature, and I love the fact that it highlights the 3-story spiral staircase here. That way you can enjoy this architectural element even from the exterior of the property. And we just don't see glass facades like this in residential homes.
I think this is one of the biggest glass facades we have ever shot.
I mean, we've toured homes with glass facades, but the application here, the way they've installed these panels, it's certainly unique, and that's why I wanted to point it out.
Yeah,
I think it's super cool.
It looks super cool, yeah.
Without a doubt. Now, welcome to the 3-story spiral staircase. I love the fact that there are no supporting columns for this staircase, meaning it's bolted to the landing and then it goes up all the way to the floor above and then above. In fact, this opening here with a skylight above is 43 foot tall, which is insane. I mean, look at the natural light, look at these curved lines and how they curve this section where it attaches to the landing. And then on the interior, it's all oak paneled, mood lighting throughout, your handrail. So I like the combination between white plaster and oak paneling. And Armand, let's get a close up. They even curved these corners to give this staircase a very smooth and softer aesthetic. Now, on the other side, right behind the staircase, we have the elevator that goes up to all 3 levels. And coming to this hallway, to my left, we have the mudroom. And the door here opens up to the 4-car garage. And here we have 4 Tesla wall panels. And these panels are fed by 42 solar panels that are located on the roof. So I want to point that out. Now follow me this way. Really nice powder room with a separate water closet. And then we have a storage closet and the screening room. It's a very cozy space. 2-tier seating, fabric walls, these oak panels with mood lighting, your projectors on the other side, and these 2 long sofas are from Roche-Beaubois, a French brand. And not only they're very comfortable, they also have some quirky features. Armand, let's focus on this one right here. First off, if you want to be a little bit more comfortable, isn't that nice?
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, there is actually a hardware on the back. That way you can move it up and down very easily. This is also motorized. You can extend the footrest and make yourself very comfortable. Now, I'm a big believer in using screening rooms or movie theaters to watch TV or your favorite show rather than just watching movies, because these are phenomenal spaces. And in so many of the homes that we tour, I feel like screening rooms are underutilized. So if I lived in a home like this, I would use this space all the time. The second floor, or the main floor of this property, is really open. Ton of natural light coming in. At the end, we have our 56-foot pool, and this level is all about connectivity to the outdoors. This section fully opens up. I love the fact that they've curved this wall here, which just gives it a softer aesthetic given that this is a contemporary home. We transition to 4x4 limestone floors, and over here we have the formal dining room. You have your solid wood walnut table, seating for 8. And I like that we have double height ceilings here with a massive picture window and a skylight. So it's very bright, but also you can appreciate and interact with the outdoors. Your living room is on the other side. And this section is also very close to the kitchen, which is located behind Armand. Now, next up, we have the living room. 2 curved sofas, linear gas fireplace, and this section is wrapped with onyx. Now, onyx is a soft and a translucent stone, meaning you can easily backlight it. But beyond that, given its crazy dense, vibrant vein structure, it can really bring a pop of color into a clean, minimalist space like this. So I just love the strong statement here. The other aspect of this room that I really like is how open it is. This corner has 2 sliding glass doors that pocket into the walls, and the entire home is framed with steel. That's how they can get these massive openings. And also look at the transom window detail above, bringing additional natural light and just making the space feel a little bit more effortless. Now it gets better. The other corner also opens up, and the span here is crazy. In fact, they accomplished this open feel by installing 2 65-foot massive steel beams that go all the way to the other side. They have motorized sliding glass doors here, pocketing in all the way to the back where we have the pool. And that's how they can create this opening without having to need to put a column right here. And I know, Armand, we're going back and forth, but I want to quickly take you this way because we also have access to the staircase here. Now, I talked about the staircase when we were at the Motorcourt. There's a small seating area here that's very cozy. I love these trees. And Armand, can you come over to this side? There's also a fire feature here because the acrylic edge serves as your infinity edge. So it's a cool contemporary design element. You get a fire pit by the seating area. You get a really nice view. They've constructed in 3 years. They designed it over a year span. So it's a 4 to 4.5 year project. And just understanding how to create these massive openings, these steel beams. And given that this home is built on a hillside, you have a massive hill to retain. My hat's off to the design and development team. This is not an easy project to pull off. Now next up, we have our 56-foot pool, pebble tech finish, so the plaster is very easy on the eye. Buy shelf here with these lounging beds, incorporated hot tub, and they also have this mosaic tiling detail around the perimeter of the hot tub as well as the pool, so it adds a little bit more dimensionality. Your motorized pool cover, which is always a nice touch given that this area can get cold. There might be a few months in a year that you don't use your pool, so you can easily cover it up. And the last detail I want to point out here is the section that's right above us. Since they installed those two 65-foot massive steel beams, they also took advantage of it to bring additional features. That right there is a water feature. That way you can bring another water element to your pool experience. You can enjoy the sound of the water. There are also built-in speakers, recessed and lights, and they also have a lot of security cameras throughout the property. I mean, if you own an estate like this, security is certainly going to be something that you pay attention to, that's going to be important to you. So it's nice that they have a proper video and motion surveillance system throughout the property. Now next, I want to quickly bring everybody to this side so we can talk about this massive living wall. Armand, how do I look against the living wall?
You look tiny, actually.
I mean, it's definitely a bold statement. It is certainly a creative design choice, but it brings so much life and energy to this side of the home. And in case you wonder how they construct these living walls, it's relatively simple. First, you waterproof your wall, and then you install this fabric. This fabric is actually structurally strong as well. And within the fabric, you can cut little pockets, put soil, and then plant your flowers and vegetation. And then you have to install a misting system, watering system to keep these plants alive. And then you have to maintain it. And when you put all of these elements together, you end up with a massive living wall like this.
And it brings another dimension to the outdoors.
For sure, without a doubt. Now, let's go to the other side. There's a really nice outdoor shower here, and you can also see the staircase going up to the top floor that we'll check out later. Now, Armand, let's quickly talk about the pedestal system here. The transition from the indoors to the outdoors is all seamless because they carried out the same limestone, but for these distinct outdoor areas, they used AstroTurf. In fact, you can see how all the sliding glass doors open up to limestone first and then to AstroTurf. You can either keep this look, which again, brings a little bit more color to the home, or you can change it back to limestone and have more of a minimalist look. And given that it's on a pedestal system, all your drains are underneath, so you just get this cleaner aesthetic. Now over here, we have the first seating area. Above us is this massive bridge that connects this wing of the top floor to the other side. That's another bold design element. And again, as we're walking around, please keep this in mind. They can only accomplish these massive spans with steel beams and columns. If you strip the exterior facade, get rid of the stucco and travertine, you'll end up with concrete walls, concrete foundation, and heavy-duty steel beams and columns. And that's why it's so hard to pull off a project like this. You're retaining a hillside, you're working with these heavy, dense materials. It's hard to form these walls and fabricate these steel beams and columns. This is definitely not an easy project to pull off. I can't stress that enough. And you can see how all these rooms are also opening up to the outdoors, which was another important decision for the developer and the design team here. They wanted to make sure that no matter which room you're in, what level you're enjoying, you can simply step outside. Now, welcome to the spa/gym. This is a great space. First thing I want to mention here is the fact that it's located on the main floor. A lot of the homes that we tour, gyms, spas tend to be in lower levels or in areas that maybe won't get the highest traffic. But given that this home is all about entertainment, all about living that amazing California lifestyle, I appreciate their approach when it comes to positioning this room on the main level. You can simply work out here, have your sliding glass doors open, enjoy your sauna with a salt block wall, or your steam shower with a regular shower as well, and they even have built-in speakers here so you can enjoy music while you're in your steam shower. Now, over on the other side, it comes with a water closet, separate walk-in shower, and a bar where you can store your towels, your drinks. It comes with a sink, and you just simply walk back outside. Now, next up, the office. Now, this room is actually designed like a regular bedroom. It has a walk-in closet and a full bathroom, but they staged it as an office. And I have to say, given that it's on the main level, has access to the outdoors, I would have staged that as an office as well. You can get some work done here, easy access to the outdoors if you just want to take a phone call. But if you need more bedrooms, you can certainly convert it back to a bedroom as well. Now, Armand, let's go to the hallway here. To my right, we have a laundry room with a stacked washer and dryer. And over on the other side, we have the family room. Even though the surface area of the second floor is quite significant, with all these sliding glass doors, open floor plan, I feel like every single one of these rooms are very much connected to each other. It makes the second floor, the main floor, very approachable, very cozy. And I just love the connectivity. I mean, I can see the pool from here, the living room, gym is on the other side, and you have a cozy seating area here, your sectional couch, coffee table, looks stunning. I love the marble top. And then over on the other side, your linear fireplace, TV, built-ins, easy access to the outdoors. And over on the other side, we have the kitchen. The design of the kitchen is very timeless. 2 oversized islands, marble countertops with waterfall edges. This one houses all the bar seating, and the one on the back houses the sink, 2 additional wine fridges, oak cabinetry throughout. I like the upper section and how they left it open so you can put your accessories there, decorate this space a little bit more, and the oak cabinetry looks very soothing, easy on the eye. This is a great space. Now, Armand, follow me to the other side. Again, you have your bar stools here, Miele appliances, your regular oven, speed ovens, espresso machine, and Armand, let's get a close up. You see, when you open up one of these doors, you can actually adjust the handle.
I think it's super cool.
Yeah, it makes it easier. And I have to say, I think Miele is my favorite appliance brand. Let me get in front of all the comments. We're not sponsored by them. We have no endorsement. I just think they make great products. They're reliable, they look good, and for the price point, they're the best value. So if you're considering to upgrade your appliances or designing a home, definitely consider Miele. This is the second island. Again, we have 2 wine fridges here. And over on this side, we have the main sink, marble countertop here, the side walls. This portal design adds up to the elegance of the space. And also, they didn't want to have any plug or outlet covers. That's why they incorporated them into the backsplash, which means they had to cut these holes ahead of time. Armand, do you know how stressful it is to mock up this wall, write the locations of each one of these plugs, and make sure when you're fabricating, you nail those openings? Because if you make them a little too big, they're not gonna look seamless. They're not gonna look pretty. But also, you cannot make it too tight. You need some wiggle room, and you hope that when you place that backsplash, it hits all the spots perfectly. That's nerve-wracking.
I can imagine, but I have a question. So how do they cut those holes without breaking the marble?
You mean when they fabricate them?
Yeah.
It's a good question. So they use a drill bit to cut these holes, but also these slabs are generally reinforced on the back. They tend to have either a fiberglass or an epoxy mesh. So beyond the strength of the stone, you also have the fiberglass supporting it, which makes it really sturdy. And then you just drill the holes and sand them to make sure they look good, and you end up with the product.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Now, let's continue to the other side, additional cabinetry. This is where we have our 48-inch gas range, pot filler, vent above, again, additional plugs, and they also have USB-C plugs as well. Your paneled freezer and fridge. It's actually a very nice fridge. Let's see. It has a motorized door. Again, Miele makes really good products. And with that, we're done with the kitchen. Now, if you guys are wondering, why am I talking so fast? I'm probably energized. I had a lot of coffee this morning because the truth is, Armand and I slept roughly 3 hours last night because we just came back from El Paso, Texas, from the Blue Origin facilities. We were supposed to shoot their rocket, go into space, but unfortunately the mission got canceled. And this is the second time that their mission got canceled. So I have to fly back there either tomorrow or the next day again to make sure we capture the content. But we're putting together an amazing documentary on Blue Origin, their mission, and how they're sending people to space. The facility, the team there, everything is awesome. So I'm really excited for that episode. And that's why I had a lot of coffee, because I wanted to make sure I'm energized and excited for this property, which I am, but I didn't want my tiredness to affect the tour. Now, next up, elevator landing. Another powder room with a separate water closet. And over on this side, we have a small hallway that opens up to the exterior. Actually, let me show this to everyone. I talked about the staircase, right? So this is the staircase that's next to the water feature, and you can see how it goes up to the top floor. It's also a retaining wall, and that way, If you want your staff to come up to the chef's kitchen here, they can directly come here without an issue. They don't have to go through the house. Now, Armand, let's check out the chef's kitchen. Same oak cabinetry, marble countertops, meal and appliances, and there's also a casement window here for some ventilation. And I like the fact that the finishes here match the main kitchen. Given that it's the chef's kitchen, they could have easily go with a cheaper cabinetry or cheaper countertops, but instead it matches the main kitchen, unifies all these design elements. And I have to say, the main floor of this property is quite impressive. Before we tour the third floor, I want to quickly talk about our location, the city of Atherton. It is considered to be one of the most exclusive and one of the most expensive zip codes in the country. Many influential individuals in tech, business, and finance live here. But with that, it's an incredible location in the heart of Silicon Valley, and we're minutes away from Stanford University and Sand Hill Road, which is the epicenter of global venture capital, and companies like Meta, Google, Apple are all funded, built, and scaled here. So it's a very important and exclusive location, and you're in the heart of it with this property. Now, coming back to this outdoor space, this is a very spacious terrace. We have glass railing throughout, and the same brick pavers that we saw on the Motorcourt is also brought here. Solid table in the center that sits 10, opens up to the house on this side. But I want to quickly come this way because we have an outdoor barbecue area / outdoor kitchen here. This is from Fesfolk. It's a Spanish brand, and they use 316 stainless steel to fabricate these doors. It's marine grade, perfect for outdoor usage, and you have your grill here, cooktop, sink, fridge down below, everything you need, and it complements the dining area. Now, we have the detached ADU on this side, and if you follow the walkway here, it takes you to the private terrace of the primary bedroom. This is an incredible addition to this property. The fact that you have a very spacious ADU with 2 bedrooms, oak hardwood floors, marble coffee table, and then you have your bar stools, a very spacious kitchen with a massive island, same waterfall edge, recessed in plugs, meal appliance package, oak cabinetry, all the way to the pot filler. They matched all these elements, and they also have washer and dryer here. So this ADU is the complete package. And I also understand why they brought their washer and dryer here, because when you want to install these appliances, you need a water line and a drain line, which means if you're going to put it into a closet, you need to run a brand new line to that location, or you can place it right next to a sink or in a bathroom, because in those rooms or near those amenities, you do have a water line and a drain line, and they incorporate it nicely into the cabinetry, and it works for the ADU. Now, the first bedroom is staged as an office, has a full bathroom as well, and then to my right, we have the second bedroom that comes with a king-size bed, sliding glass doors open up to that walkway, walk-in closet, full bathroom. I love this ADU, and I love that it sits on the 3rd floor by itself and still has amazing outdoor access. Now, why don't we take everybody inside? Here on this wing, we have 3 bedroom suites. First one to my right. Given that we have so many bedroom suites, I want to keep my tour short and to the point. This one also comes with a full bathroom, opens up to the terrace that we just saw. At the end, we have 2 more bedroom suites. This one comes with 2 single beds, opens up to the back of the property with a skylight. And the one at the end is also very spacious, and that opens up to the terrace of the primary bedroom. So I have some thoughts on this one. And lastly, I'm gonna just go backwards a little bit more. The art here is super cool, and with this vibrant color, it certainly makes a statement on this wall. Now follow me this way. We are on the bridge, and here you get this dramatic view. To my right, we have the pool. To my left, we have the outdoor dining area. Armand, what do you think?
It is cool. I love the bridge.
Yeah, it's exciting, right? It's something different.
Yeah, you know, instead of having the walls, they put the windows and all the natural light comes in. It's perfect. It
is, and also it gives some separation between the back section of the home and this section here, because this is mostly communal spaces, and we also have the primary bedroom here.
Absolutely.
In fact, we have another spacious outdoor seating area, and over here we have this cozy lounge off of the landing. They certainly match the spirit of the home, whether it's the furnishings, the accessories, these gorgeous marble coffee tables, all the way to the throw blanket. They did a pretty good job. On the other side, we have another travertine wall, TV. Opening here can certainly house another gas fireplace if you want to, or you can just leave it open the way they have it here. Now, over on the other side, we have additional built-ins. I love the approach here. Espresso bar, fridge down below, and you also have a built-in desk so you can get some work done. You can treat this section as your office, and that's pretty much it for the landing. Now, I want to quickly talk about this detail here. We have 4 massive skylights bringing so much natural light, and they also have a motorized blackout feature. That way you can fully close off this section if you want to. I also really like how they brought in the mood lighting. It certainly warms up the space, especially with the mood lighting over here. And then to my right, we have the staircase. To my left is the opening for the formal dining room. You can see the surrounding landscape, all these trees. It's a very suiting arrival to the 3rd floor. Now here, we have the elevator, another laundry room, so 2 laundry rooms in total. And lastly, welcome to the primary bedroom. In order to make the 3rd floor a little bit more warmer, instead of using limestone on the floors, they went with hardwood. Then here we have the king-size bed with a built-in headboard design, built-in bedside tables, mood lighting, definitely a spacious room. And over on the other side, matching the aesthetic of the home, another vein matte travertine wall with a linear gas fireplace, additional built-ins, and of course, easy access to the outdoors. Armand, why don't we step outside? So this section is dedicated to the primary bedroom. The outdoor staircase comes up all the way to this level. There's a water feature. This is where you can really understand how this plot is little over an acre because it goes quite far back, all these mature trees. And here is the 3rd bedroom that I've talked about, meaning you can turn this into an office. If you're a high profile individual, your security staff can live here and you have this private terrace all to yourself. I love the fact that no neighbors are looking in. And you have this beautiful nature backdrop. It's nice, quiet, tranquil up here. Now, I want to quickly take everybody back in so we can check out the bathroom, which is stunning. They used Patagonia quartzite on the floors, on the walls, in the walk-in shower, and that wasn't enough. They also backlit all these slabs, and it feels like I walked into a jewelry box. Whether it's the vanities, fabricated sinks, gorgeous hardware, and even these curved mirrors with built-in LED lighting. This is an exquisite space. And in the center, we have the freestanding tub. I love the tub filler with a handheld feature. And Armand, we gotta show the walk-in shower. 2 rain heads, handhelds, built-in shampoo niche. And it's crazy that it's all backlit. All right, follow me this way. Separate water closet. And let me tell you, those motorized toilets are not cheap. Now, this is the first section of the walk-in closet. Oak cabinetry throughout, mostly open shelving. I like the brushed nickel hardware, LED lighting, and even these structural wire elements to give additional strength to these shelves. We have more open cabinetry on this side, makeup area in the center with LED lit mirror. And the design of the corner here is super cool. Seamless glass. I mean, look at the surrounding landscape. All these mature trees. I wasn't expecting this area to be this green, but I love it. Now over here, we have some shoe racks. Hardware is actually very refined and it complements the cabinetry really well. This is the second section of the walk-in closet, same design elements. There's actually a casement window here for some ventilation and natural light. And going this way, we're back at the bedroom. Now, the other thing I want to point out is the fact that the entire house is wired for automatic shades and curtains, and I believe they have the curtains in this room. And with that, I'm really impressed with the property. The fact that they retained this massive hillside and created a 3-story modern superstructure is quite impressive. I love the emphasis on outdoor spaces and how every single one of these rooms open up to a terrace or an outdoor seating area. So my hat's off to the development team. I know what they went through over the last 4 to 5 years to complete this project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And now let's see this place at dusk. All right, everyone, that's it for the tour. What a bold property. The contractor in me appreciates the effort and the resources it took to build this home. All the concrete walls, the steel work, massive spans, and this 3-story spiral staircase. Now the creative in me appreciates the openness, the minimalist palette, and the emphasis on natural materials. Lastly, I was also curious about the area, understand the weight it carries, and how it's playing a huge role in shaping the world's future. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Big thanks to the developer, the designer, and the listing agents for making this tour possible. And as always, you can find more information about this property and them in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And with that, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.